Hey y'all, what's up? It's Jason with Scraps and Taps. Back at it again. Here to talk about Whittaker versus Aliskerov and what a crazy shakeup we had to UFC 303, man. Um, let's get into it, y'all. How's everybody been? I hope everybody's having a great week. You know, sadly with all the McGregor stuff going on, and we're not getting that big fight anymore, but it's all good. I hope everybody's having a nice day. I hope everybody's getting some good rest. I hope everybody had a nice Father's Day. Um, yeah. So let's talk about the fight coming up. UFC Fight Night, Whittaker versus Aliskerov. So we know Aliskerov is a last-minute replacement for Hamzat Chimaev, who decided to pull out due to a violent illness, as Dana put it. Later on, we come to figure out that it was just really nasty food poisoning, and he had to pull out, and sometimes that's the name of the game. But this is if you guys remember, um, I think Hamza had to pull out once before, and then he was out for a long time because he had COVID pretty bad, where he was coughing up blood in the sink. I think he posted a photo about that. And then after that, I think that's when he missed weight to fight Diaz, and then ended up fighting fucking Kevin Holland, I think. But it sucks to see Hamza just not being as active, right? I see all these memes and things of uh, of Hamza being like, "I'm gonna fight you," like Strickland, Costa, whatever, all the top dogs, and every single time, no fight has been able to come to fruition. Finally, we were gonna see him against a higher level, right, than Burns, because I think Burns at that time was the highest level fighter that he's fought. And so it really, really, really does put a damp on the Hamzat Chimaev hype train, that's been going on for like years, I guess, him being the best, right? But if he can't stay not getting sick and not competing, right, it's not fair to save him for all these other spots when there's a lot more movement to be made. So shout out to Aliskerov for taking the fight. Shout out to Robert Whittaker for taking the fight, right? But it's going to be I think the first event in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, man. Those Saudi Arabians, they are doing it up, man. They're putting on the fights that people want to see. They're throwing tons of money, right, for the UFC to be there with their partnership. So it's going to be a really, really fun. The way, obviously it's a UFC thing, so they're going to do the production the way they want it. But it's nice to see, more international fighters get some recognition on this card. So we have Robert Whittaker coming off that fight against Paulo Costa, I think. Was it Paulo? Let's see. Yeah, Paulo. Robert Whittaker 26-7, Ikram 15-1. So he's got a tough fight ahead of him. Ikram is a guy who's super tough, good on the ground. Dang, they're both 6 feet. Ikram does have a 3-inch reach advantage. Man, and they both look strong, man. They both look like they can fight. Dang. 5-fight winning streak, 2 from KOs, TKOs, a sub. Oh, but that was on the Contender Series. So 2 wins in the UFC, Warley Alves and Phil Hawes. Ooh, this guy's mean. Let's take a look at the rest of the card. I did see some names in there. We have Sergey Pavlovich versus Alexander Volkov. Dang, and Alexander Volkov is mean. I was looking at a few of his highlights before too when he knocked out TKO'd Verdum. Sergey Pavlovich, also tough as hell. We got the return of Mr. Kelvin Gastelum versus Daniel Rodriguez coming off that suspension for some drug he took, I guess. But that seems like a good fight for Kelvin, a good fight for Daniel. It looks like they're going to probably both want to stand up and fight. Kelvin has a granite chin. Rodriguez also. Rodriguez has some good striking, and Kelvin is never, ever afraid to just risk it. You know, he'll fucking go for it, bro. Like his fight against Izzy, if you guys haven't seen, I think that was Izzy's first title defense. Dude, Gastelum had Izzy on skates almost, you know, like Gastelum's got that Mexican chin. He's got that Mexican granite chin where it's just like it's going to take a bat to put him down, you know? We have Naimov versus somebody who hasn't been announced yet. Johnny Walker versus Volkan Ozdemir. Dude, Volkan hits so hard, and Johnny Walker is just so fun bouncing out there. Probably going to be a fun fight. We have the return of Shara Bullet Magomedov, Nasim Hakpras versus Jared Gordon on the prelims. Good fight for Gordon. I want to see him get that Patty fight back. So, you know, hopefully Jared shows up and is able to get that back. We have Fakret versus Nicholas Dalby, and that's for the prelims. And then that's it for that card. But this Saturday, ABC, 12 p.m. main card, and the prelims start at 9. So an early card. Should be a fun fight though. I'm looking forward to see Robert Whittaker, see what he can do, see if he'll mix it up. Ikram, best of luck to you, my friend. I hope you put on a show. It's tough, man. These are two tough dudes. Orthodox versus Southpaw. Robert might be looking to kick a lot. Jeez. And it sucks, man. It sucks that Khamzat isn't going to be able to fight. You know, because that would mean that there's a lot more movement in this division, right? Finally getting Khamzat out of the discussion, right? To send him to the title, because there's a lot more fighters that want to come up and fight, right? We've been talking about Khamzat for years. He's the best. He's this. What he did to Kevin Holland is so quick. How he mauled his opponents. Fucking knocked the shit out of Gerald Mearshart in like one punch. I forget who the other guy, the Asian dude, couldn't even land one punch on him, and then ended up getting rear naked choked, and that was it. UFC 303. After the press conference, after that whole debacle, right? Ariel Helwani reported that things look good. The fight looked good. Things look on. They still had sent those feelers out to everybody to try to get a fight rebooked. But since things were good, right? They, you know, Ariel had said that they had stopped reporting, stopped trying to go get feelers for who can make the fight. I think a few days later, then we get the news that Conor has officially pulled out of the fight, and they're giving refunds for tickets. I mean, dude, those tickets were in fucking sane. Probably A-list celebrities going, people who fucking take loans out probably to get those tickets to go see the return of Conor McGregor, right? One of the biggest icons in the sport. And then, boom, gone. So the UFC is issuing refunds for tickets, right? And you can't help. I feel bad, right? I think Chandler said, don't feel bad for me, basically, right? Like, I'm still here, blah, blah, blah. Champions do what champions got to do, yada, yada, yada. You know Michael Chandler. He's the guy who will, like, inspire a piece of bread on the road, right? Like, on the side of the street. Like, he's just, everything he says is, like, inspirational almost, right? Like, I can hear him just, dude, he's going to be, like, a great motivational speaker one day. But, you know, for me personally, I can't help feel for the competitor inside of him, right? I'm pretty sure that when you have to keep waiting and waiting and waiting for a fight for something that, right, it's like a release. You train for 6 months, 7 months at this point. Dude, Chandler's been waiting for like, what, over a year or something like that? I don't even know when Tough ended. But he's been waiting for so long. And for him to wait. Dude, for all my guys out there, yo, it's like if you got blue balls. You know, you're waiting. I'm gonna take this girl down. I'm gonna, right? And you wait and you wait and you wait and your fucking balls just hurt. You're just like, I need that release. I need it. Right? And that's the same thing for fighting, right? When you work up towards something, right? You're training, because the way Chandler and these athletes train now, right? It's not like the old school days where you just show up and bang, 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 you know, or you spar till hell in training. And I mean, you're training, right? And you deplete yourself and all this. No, now it's science back. Now they're talking about peaks. Like, I peak at this time. I peak at this moment. When I'm done with this workout by the 6th month, when we're finally in fighting, that week of the fight, like, that's where I'm peaking at full maximum 100% power, right? And you can track that. So for Chandler to train, then boom, we're already in the middle of June. June 29th is the fight, and you get the rug pulled out from under you. That must be fucking hard. That must be hard. And for Mike to just say, I'm a wait. I think he said that to Dana, or Dana had reported that he said he's going to wait. Man, I give props to Michael Chandler for waiting and having that patience to get this big money fight. But, dude, he's wasting his career. And he's had a long career already, fighting in Bellator and all this stuff. But, you know, you're fighting at the top level, highest level, right? I mean, I guess he's already fought Charles. He's fought Gaethje, I believe. He's fought Tony. I don't know. I don't think he fought. No. But he's fought, you know, high-level dudes coming into the UFC. And I'm pretty sure as a competitor, he just wants to get out there and compete, make the money, bring the cheese back home, and say, baby, we done it. You know? So I feel bad for Chandler. And that's where my conspiracy hat comes back on, where I'm like, you know, when Conor posted the photo of him being on a surgeon's table or like an orthopedic whatever, you know, Conor's very cryptic about how he sends his messages and how he does things, and right, like there is things to decipher there. So that told you that there was an injury, maybe, right? But then at the same time, all fighters go through injuries, right? All fighters have nicks and bruises and things that hurt them before a fight, right? Not everybody's 100%, I believe. So that was one clue, right? And so with all that news going on, like, I can't help but think that they want to wait Chandler out for him to finally be like, fuck, man, like, I have to get in there and compete. I think the UFC is waiting for something, because I honestly think that because Dana said what Michael Chandler had said, was like, and even said, poor Mike, you know, like, this is the fight game, yada, yada, yada. This, you know, he's a great athlete to work with, a great person. So we're going to do whatever he wants. It makes it seem like, yeah, the UFC is saying that. But in reality, dude, they want to get Conor out there. They want to get Mike out there because they're two of the most exciting fighters. But in my head, Mike still has more tread on the tires. So why not put him in there with a contender? Why not put him in there, you know, with this, all because Mike wants to wait? Yeah, sure, you got the contract signed and all this, it's all good. And they're probably renegotiating right now. You know, like, I want more money. I want XYZ because I have to wait longer, you know, so close to this fight now. Now they have to wait till August. So I'm pretty sure deep down they want to put Mike in there. Mike is exciting. They want you put him in there with Holloway. You know, that'd be a fun fight. Put him in there with who fucking knows, you know? Just get him in there. I think Gaethje and Chandler have the same kind of draw power, right? You're going to see a Rock'em Sock'em Robots fight. And so then that made me think, when Poirier won, even though he says he's done, dude, imagine Poirier came back for another Conor fight, the quadrilogy. Imagine that. Poirier, Conor 4. The first two, legit, right? The third was the break. This would be the shocker. This would be the real, the real shit. This would be the one that I think would probably end both their careers. Imagine retirement fight for both of them. Conor's like, I'm not going to do this anymore. Dude, I'm so fucking rich up my ass that I don't got to fucking even step out of bed. And same thing with Poirier. Poirier can make that money fight simple. And so it makes me think that maybe they just want to put Chandler in there, and they're just obviously honoring the contract that they made. But yeah, so that all happens, right? Then we're figuring out what's going to happen. Then boom, we get news that Jiri versus Alex Pereira 2 is on. And it's exactly like 300, bro. Exactly like 300. How come Alex and Jiri are coming here to save the day? And it's crazy, right? Because Alex is fresh to the UFC relatively. Jiri has been around. But these two guys now, with their stoic personalities, with their Bushido code and this tribal thing, I think they have just won the hearts over of every fucking fan because they show up. They're getting that Volkanovski effect right now. They're getting that Volkanovski aura where it's just like, who's going to save the day? Fucking Jiri and Alex. So, and after 300, wait, was it 300? Am I tripping here? Oh, I am tripping. That was Alex and Jamal. How can I forget? How can I fucking forget? Oh my God, I'm so fucking retarded. I'm so fucking dumb. Dang, so that was UFC 295 when Alex fought Jiri. And it was looking like a fun fight, So it's going to be fun to see this fight again. Honestly, both dudes are fucking massive fucking guys at 205. And I'm just, it's again another weird one where it's because they're two lovable fighters. It's cool, it's nice. Seems more of it's a title fight. It's a championship title fight. It would be Jiri, Alex's second defense, right? Because he defended against Jamal, and so we're gonna see, man, if Jiri can come back and really put it to Pereira. I would think that Jiri would want to wrestle more. Alex, Alex is crazy because it's not like he gets into these long brawls and where there's a lot of like movement either. Alex is very good at just stalking the opponent down. It's more of like it seems more of like a Strickland Costa thing, Strickland is very stoic, very like, I'm going to march you down. Right, while Jiri and Costa are both moving around, trying to create angles because that's where they flow. Right, they flow better in that range where they're able to throw something, move out, throw something, move out. Right, maybe throw 1, 2, 3 in there, move out. But range is their best friend. Right, for somebody like Alex, Alex doesn't really extend like crazy. If anything, he's going to try to stalk you down to try to get you to the back of the cage and just pick you apart from there, right? Cut an angle, cool. I'm still going to move forward. And everybody is scared of Alex's power, right? Jiri is a fucking huge dude. Doesn't really seem like he's that terrified. Sean Strickland always fights scared for some reason. So Alex looked like he scared the shit out of Strickland, right? Or like was very wary of his power. So, yeah, but even then, we get that, right? We get that. And then to beef up the card, we also get the announcement of fucking Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega, which should be a super fun fight. Should be a fucking awesome fight. I'm so happy they added that because, dude, Diego Lopez is gonna become a star. If he beats Brian Ortega on at 303, dude, megastar, megastar, right? So, and it's a good way for Brian to come back and try to, you know, say that I'm here. You know, I'm still here. I'm still fighting the top dogs. I'm not a gatekeeper, right? Because what I feel like is that they're trying to prop up Diego Lopez with the win over Brian Ortega. Like I'm saying, he will become a superstar. And that's going to be the co-main event. So Anthony Smith versus Carlos Ulberg is getting dropped down to the third fight of the night. So a lot of shakeup, a lot of fun fights that are being made. And shout out to the UFC for making the fight on such short notice. You know, two guys that said, fuck it, we're just going to fucking go for it. And it's two guys that I would expect nothing less from. That they would be, I need more time for a camp. No, that they're like, fuck it, we're going on. And I think Alex Pereira has like 2 broken toes. And he's going to fight in a couple weeks. Come on now. Come on now. What else is on the docket today? Oh, dude, we finally got Platinum Mike Perry getting his fucking wish. We finally get Mike Perry's wish of getting to beat up fucking Jake Paul in a boxing fight, cruiserweight in Florida. What is the date? What is the date? Well, I don't know if you guys heard that. My stomach is growling. Dang. So it would be July 20th, I think, right? Yeah, July 20th. It was the day that... And it was so funny because, you know, Perry called them out, was like, they wanted to fight something on that day, right? They already had something scheduled, but Netflix didn't want to do it because they wanted a spectacle fight, right? So instead, now we get Paul versus Perry on DAZN, July 20th, dude. And what a tough fight for Jake Paul. You know, props to Paul because it was supposed to happen with Logan. It was supposed to happen with I don't know, Dylan, I guess, you know, if one of them pulled out. But dude, Mike Perry has been wanting to fight one of the Paul brothers for a long time, and especially Jake Paul. So shout out to Perry for getting this. Paul's toughest test. Perry's has probably the hardest head in all of combat sports, bro. Like, it's crazy to think that sometimes Perry will be like, yo, like when he said to Rockhold, I think he was like, you're going to hit me with your knuckles on my head and your hand is going to break because my head is so fucking hard. Like, who says that shit, bro? It reminds you of that Key and Peele skit where he goes, where the guy's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. He goes, and then it's the Brazilian fight. He goes, God told me to kill this man and he will be my sacrifice. And he will learn from God himself. And saying shit like that. And then he's like, what the fuck is he saying? What the fuck is he saying? Did he say he's going to kill me? So that's what this seems like, bro. Perry is tough. He's a good boxer, you know. He does it for a living now in bare knuckle. So I could only imagine that Paul's going to be in for the test of his life. And you know, Paul's been getting up there, knocking out professional fighters, knocking out boxers, knocking out MMA guys. So, you know, and Paul's looking to go there and try to prove a point against Perry, to prove a point to people that he can take on Tyson, right? One of the heaviest boxers of the last generation, right? But we'll see how the full card comes out because I don't think there's been much talk about the undercard and what's going to be going on with that. Oh, Tony Aguilar, Corey Marksman square off in a rematch. H2O Silva, Kid Austin. But man, it's going to be a fun boxing fight. I'm definitely going to watch. I love Mike Perry. I hope Mike Perry puts it on for BKFC because, like I said, that's the next biggest shit. So y'all better get on it. And then let's talk about the leak that happened. I remember seeing the picture on Instagram of people, dude, and I don't know why. I don't know why Dana just doesn't block everything there on that war room wall, because it literally, if you look at the video that somebody took a screenshot of, it says Duplessis, it said other names, right? And so he just spoiled his own shit. Then everybody was obviously speculating who would Duplessis be um, defending the title against, right? Who do you think it would be, right? It would have to be Izzy, right? Izzy's taking some time off. He's been posting videos of getting ready for a fight camp. And then Izzy announces the fight via social media or on the Engage. I saw a little clip of it too, dude. And what a grudge match that's gonna be. I don't think we got the rest of the card. Let me check it out. I guess it's just that. But it'll be less than a year that we see Izzy in the octagon. They're fighting in Perth, Australia. It's a good time to be a fight fan, y'all. It's a good time to be a fight fan. And this is all happening in the next couple months. So I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped for Izzy's return. I'm hyped for this fight. The lead up is going to be fucking disgusting. Believe me this. It's going to be disgusting. And I'm going to soak all of it up. Nothing is better than, honestly, a good old grudge match. If you've been a fan since the Jones DC days, that was the nastiest rivalry in all of rivalries. You know, you got Tito Chuck, you got like Usman Covington, probably Masvidal Covington. These guys that just did not like each other whatsoever. Dillashaw Cruz, right? All these rivalries, but this one seems like it's been brewing for a long time, ever since Duplessis won the title. So it really, really does seem like the lead up is going to be really gnarly. There's going to be some mean things said, but there is a lot of candor, but not candor, but there is a lot of, I guess, self-reflection from Duplessis that I feel like will happen also. Like, oh fuck, maybe I shouldn't have said that, yada yada yada. But he's always been discrediting what he said and all that bullshit, you know. So it's gonna be a good fight, y'all. It's gonna be good to see Izzy come back into the octagon. It's gonna be, I hope it's gonna be a bloodbath. I hope it's gonna be a bloodbath. I guess that's it for me today. I just wanted to make kind of a short video, kind of talk a little bit, obviously, and I hope everybody has a good rest of their week. I hope everybody is hanging out with their families or hanging out with loved ones and really making the most of this life, guys. I've been reflecting a lot lately on how things are and how things have been. And, you know, it's really important to get out there and just say I love you to the people who you do love and keep them close and, you know, really enjoy life. You only got one life, guys. You only got one fucking life, so you got to make the most out of it. And I appreciate anybody who watches. I appreciate anybody who stumbles across this video. Just do something positive today. Go out, touch some grass, right? Go work out. Go work on the thing you've been putting off for so long, right? Go do something, guys. It's really important. Like for me, something important to me is doing something like this. It helps me feel like I'm connecting to people. It helps me feel like I'm connected to the world somehow, in some way. So yeah, go do something. Go step out of your comfort zone. Go do something where you're like, hey man, I'm too lazy to do this. Just do it. Sometimes you realize it takes you fucking 10 minutes to do. Why did I put that off for 2 weeks, right? So shout out to all you guys. Again, this is Jason with Scraps and Taps. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.